Hello, welcome to the Q. We're back for Global War 1985. It is scenario 2 again. We are flipping sides. Captain G will be the Soviet Union. As my ally, I'll be playing Warsaw Pact. NATO will be Flak 88, and Tabletop Tactician will be the US of A. And as you'll notice, we've added some units. The NATO here's got quite a few more units than before. They get a little bit of a boost, so that's going to make it a little bit different game than before. We've added the ASW helicopters. You'll see them all over the place. I don't quite have enough for NATO, so I've got some of the US ones flipped upside down for now, but you can see them across the map. Battleships, that's freshly painted. That's why it's on its side. I don't want it sticking to the map yet, although it feels like it might be done, so we'll put it up. So the USA has battleships. The Soviet Union has battle cruisers, and they have their own missiles that they fire that are just a little bit better than the cruise missile. So what is the other one? Rocket artillery. And you'll see they kind of look interesting. That's the NATO one. The US and NATO have the same sculpt. I have Warsaw Pact for myself that I get to place out. We'll start off placing out two. I did forget to bring or buy some for the Soviet Union, so they are purchased and on their way. But in the meantime, we did have a supply drop. We got some more cash here from Flak 88, so now I can get rid of all this other clay chip money, and I'll have enough here with those two bags, 5s, 10s, and 1s, so that'll get me through that. And along with the supply drop came these German units all painted up. And my goodness, they are very, very cool. Of course, my favorites here will be these Tiger tanks. But close second is that Panther and that snow camo. That is amazing. Every one of those is pretty cool. So thank you very much, Flak 88, for those. Let's get on with the turn. It's a short turn because it's turn 1. There's no war anywhere. We are going with the Libyan-sponsored terrorism event. Starts off with terrorist cells, which are represented by these black units, one in each of the Libya territories. I get to place one at the end of the turn. So I got my 2 rockets that we place at the end of the turn. There's my terrorist cell that I get to place. We have a recruitment roll for the terrorists. For our purchase, we get discounts while we're not at war on main battle tanks and mechanized infantry. So we're going to buy, 2 MBTs and 3 mechanized infantry. We're lend-leasing Libya, not lend-leasing, but military aid, and we get the discount of 2 for Libya having an income of 2. So that'll be for $1 a SAM, and we'll save $1 for next turn. So that'll give us 18 for next turn. We had 17 to start this turn. Let's go on and roll some tech. We will be going for computers and anti-missile defense, which eluded the Warsaw Pact in that last game. You know what? Oh, here's my dice. I need a blue and a green. So we'll get those out. Let's roll that, see what happens. And they are both at 8. And green is at 8. So that is anti-missile defense. It goes up to the 8 mark there. All right, so that, or the stage 2. That's good. We started at stage 1. All right, so we're halfway there. Coolio. All right, so there really is not much we're going to do. I don't think I even need to really move anything because we're a ways away from war, so we won't take up any more time on this turn. Yeah, I really don't. There's no need to move anything. So that way, everything stays where it's at. We're going to place our units, which will be 3 of these mechanized infantry. And I believe we've got, yeah, we've got a factory there. So we're going to place 2 mechanized infantry at the minor armory base here in Bulgaria. And then the other 2 MBTs and um, mechanized infantry will go here into East Germany, which is on this card up here. So we're just going to add 2 MBTs, and they don't have any mechanized infantry yet. So I'll give them 4 MBTs and a mech, and then those other units. So that we started there. So that's pretty much it for the turn. Oh, we got to place our rocket artillery, deliver our, yeah, our military aid. So the military aid just kind of drifts on down here into West Libya. So we'll have a SAM in each one of those, which will be nice. We've got our 2 rockets. We're going to place one of the rocket artillery in East Germany, and the second rocket artillery here in, you know what, we'll place him here in, what is that, West Czechoslovakia, because we got a major there. Not that it matters, because we don't have enough units to max out that base. So that was that. The last items up is our terror cell, and then we get to roll for a recruitment. And the recruitment number is based off the number of terror cells. So we'll place this one down here in Ethiopia, and I've marked them for myself with the damage because that's where I have to start placing them. And then once I fill all those spots, I can go on to somewhere else. So we've got 3 on the board, so that makes our recruitment roll at a 3, and it failed. All right, so that's pretty much it. That is turn 1. Next up will be NATO, coming up shortly.